What's up, guys? Had a really good live earlier tonight, so I thought I'd hop on for a few minutes. This time it's only going to be the few minutes, like I had said earlier, that stretched out way longer, but it's almost midnight, so that will definitely not be the case for this one. But if any of you tuned into the live earlier today, um, and if you're back for this one, hello. Waiting to see if anybody isn't going to engage. If anybody has any questions or if they want to say anything, feel free. I know that it might be a little bit more deader of a chat because it's almost midnight, at least in my area. What's up, cruising dude? How you doing? That was a fun live earlier tonight. Went like over an hour, so thought I'd hop on for a few minutes and see if there was any last kind of vibes from that at all. And also, if you guys ever want to send me any questions privately, if you ever want to talk to me privately, you can email me, which is DrakeJoshSuperfan at gmail.com. Um, and I will, talk to you there as long as it's within reason. Um, got no problem talking to you guys there if you ever wanted to ask a question about the show or whatever the case may be privately. Always email me, DrakeJoshSuperfan at gmail.com, and I will get back to you if I see it. Sometimes there's some wonky things where things go to the spam folder, so if people message me, I might not see it because it goes to the spam folder initially, but I do check it and I do see if people email me. So, um, if you ever are interested or, whatever, feel free. DrakeJoshSuperfan at gmail.com. Possible with you. I'll be available to watch these night streams sometimes since I'm at night outlets. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good, man. Doing pretty good. Um, yeah. Drake and Josh is the Seinfeld and Nick. Yeah, I'd say so. The reason that I stopped doing the videos is because I was pumping out a lot of videos. I was burnt out with it. I know I haven't, it's been over 3 years since I've, whatever, and I still have to sit down and look at my list and see what I haven't uploaded yet. But there was a lot of burnout with that in the interview process because those take a long time to edit, and I have other things that am on my plate. So trying to get back to those, like, when am I going to have the time for that kind of thing? Um, but yeah, I mean, I think that I have like a decent amount of clips from the show up, but I know that there's still missing clips. Um, which my goal was to always try to get up as much as possible. But yeah, Drake Bell's music is better than today's music. All today's music is garbage. I wouldn't say that all music today is garbage. I can understand why that's a common theme, but I would disagree with that. Um, there's a bunch of radio songs that, my mom plays, whatever, that I think are good songs. I may not know the artist, but I think they're current stuff, and I'm like, this has a good vibe to it. Um, this is completely unrelated to Drake and Josh, but I thought that Niall Horan's recent song for Liam Payne was fucking fantastic, called End of an Era. Um, so, that's a current song. I think that that's fantastic. But I can understand why that would be a mindset. Yeah. Excuse me. If you guys haven't checked it out on Childhood DVD Fan, I made two videos recently about my thoughts on Drake and Josh on Pluto TV, and then also about my updated Drake Bell autograph collection, which like literally the day or two after um, you know, I did that video, I got a few free autographs in the mail that I just can't show you guys until I get the green light for that. If I ever do, crazy. Something cool about Drake and Josh saw the punk stickers in their bedroom and a punk profile. Yeah, yeah, it's very cool what was in the bedroom. Definitely, the attention to detail was very good. Are Drake and Josh on good terms today? Yes, yes, they very much so are. Yes, which I'll give Josh a lot of credit. I did not think he had it in him. But yes, they are very much on good terms. Does that mean that they hang out all the time? No. Um, but they do hang out. Um, they got their own lives, stuff like that. Um, but yes, they are very much in good, talks. So are the parents of Drake and Josh. They talk to both of them. Um, you know, uh, the only one who really doesn't talk much with the main cast is Miranda Cosgrove. She's the only one that kind of keeps to herself a little bit when it comes to the main cast. So, so your recent videos are you doing? Doing good, Douglas. Thank you for asking. Yeah, I would love to have Jeremy back on the channel. That's up to him. I've sent him a bunch of texts recently, but he hasn't gotten back to me. So, it's just about regular stuff. So he must be, kind of behind or busy with stuff, whatever. Great to an extent, but there's some good under the radar stuff. Took like the dreamy stuff. Yeah, yeah. When it comes to Crazy Steve, let's see. I know that he has more of a relationship with Miranda and Nathan from Drake and Josh because Nathan technically was in one episode. I don't really think that Jerry has much of a relationship with Drake or Josh. Not that it's a bad one. It's just life took them separate ways. And you guys got to remember that Jerry Trainer and Allison Scagliotti, who played Mindy, are in a band together. So that's fucking cool. Uh, uh, when it comes to Alec and Scott, uh, they're really only in touch with each other, but not really any of the rest of the cast, as far as I know. But I can't say for sure. Alec, who played Craig, and then Scott, who played Eric. Some girl who lives next was a musician a few years ago, and she had dinner with Miranda discussing music career. Oh wow, that's cool that she actually got to have an experience like that. That's really cool. That's a cool story. Then I've got a job and money to spend. I've been really trying to figure out how to invest in the house. Yeah, I mean, life is, with everything inflating, with the prices going up on everything. It's just just crazy. Yeah. Um, I was watching the episode where it rains and they sing "We Will Rock You." Yeah, you're watching the Storm episode. Um, that was a very solid episode. I didn't know Jerry was a musician. Yeah, Jerry is a musician. I think that he does drums, if I remember correctly. Um, I know that Allison does like guitar, whatever, but I think that Jerry actually does drums um, to my knowledge. Might as well show you guys a little bit of footage. I don't think that I'm gonna run into copyright issues here, so I might as well show you guys a little bit of Jerry Trainer and Allison Scagliotti in this band. Allison, who played Mindy on the show, so might as well show you guys a little bit of footage. Um, whose older sister did you date? But let me let me find out. Let me try to remember the band name and all that stuff. I know that they've released a few albums. So, oh, so you dated the older sister of the girl who hung out with Miranda? Is that what you're trying to say? What is that band's name? Oh, I know that Jerry discussed it in the when he made the spaghetti soup or spaghetti tacos. um, so let me find that, and then I'll be able to get the band name for you guys and show you guys some actual footage here. Just using my other phone. Bear with me, guys. Um, let's see here. Where is it in this video? I know it's somewhere in this video. Here we go. I'm not very good, but I'm getting there. I'm in a band called Nice Enough People. Nice enough people. That's what it was. That's what the band is. Okay. Nice enough people. That's what it was. Okay. So let's oh, they both do guitar. Okay. For some reason I thought that Jerry did the drums. I'm thinking of the time that Spencer was doing the drums in the iCarly episode, but okay, this is what I'm talking about here. Um I know that there's been a few albums that they've released, but let's take a look at this. I'm not going to play any music because I think I'm not going to get copyright, but let's just take a look at this anyways. Um here for you guys. This is actual real life stuff. This is very, very cool. Uh, uh, show you guys this. So this is a band. It's called Nice Enough People. You have Allison Scagliotti here on the left, who played Mindy, and then right there, it's hard to tell with the lighting, but that is Jerry Trainer, who played Crazy Steve. So they're in this band together. It's an actual band. So there's the Drake and Josh connection. A performance here they did at the Mint. They put out, I think, like 2, 3 studio albums, something like that. I don't know if they're still in touch or still do music, but I know that this band existed at one time. I know Allison still does a lot of music. So, yeah. I mean, it's just cool, It's just cool as a fan watching the show, seeing Mindy be the manager of the premiere of Crazy Steve and all that stuff to then them ending up in a. Real life band together. Um, pretty cool stuff, man. First video game console I ever owned. Probably the GameCube, I'm gonna say. No, I've never tried to make spaghetti tacos myself. But yeah, so surprised nobody is commenting about this. I guess this is a common thing that's known here. I guess whatever, earlier this year, I had remembered that they were in a band together, but then I didn't really think about that. I'm like, oh wow. So, um, yeah. But yeah, like I said, I don't want to play the sound because I don't want to really get to, copyright issues, whatever. But yeah, um, you got Allison there and then Jerry in real life playing, not just like for a TV show or whatever. So I always thought that that was really cool. Yeah, there you go. I'm glad I could shine that on you. Yeah. I don't. I'll have to look and see if it's still something that they do. Allison and Jerry are still, into. You know, uh, whatever. But I know at one point it existed. I think that they still do music. but I'll have to take a look. I don't know when the last time they put out a studio album or an album or anything. Um, but I'll look after this video. Um, let's see. Uh, First time, yeah, I already answered that. I think that it takes on the Pluto TV situation is very valid. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah. Which I got crap from someone who, was giving me crap about the fact that I don't know how, um, things work, whatever, in the DVD department. Like, I never claimed to be an expert on how a DVD is made or whatever. I just collect them. I like to show them off. So, always got to deal with, haters or whatever. But yeah, I would recommend going to watch Jerry and Allison's band, Nice Enough People. Check out their music because, you have a Drake and Josh connection in real life here, which I thought was pretty cool. Um, yeah, I think like they had a studio album out, I think like in 2018, maybe something like that. Um, Maybe. I don't know. God, how long is this video? Oh, it's literally just ending. Okay. That's what videos are gonna pop up. Oh, okay. All right. So there's enough. It's Nice Enough People. Um, I think this is an older video. Yeah. So, um, but yeah, this is the end of that. So I'm going to back to my thing here, and so I just wanted to at least show you guys that Jerry and Allison were in a band. Let me take a look at let's see here. I already answered that question. I said the GameCube. I'm pretty sure that that's the first thing I ever owned. So let's take a look here. How many albums have they put out? So looks like they've put out two albums, which are EPs. So I guess that they haven't ever actually released a studio album, but they've had two albums out. So let me just at least show you guys these. So they have an EP out, which is Hanover Hideaway, and then Mental Outfit. So that's the two EPs for the band. Although I think they're still making music. Um, Jerry mentioned in 2020, but I think that if we let's take a look here on Instagram. I think I saw their Instagram. So let's see if it's still something that is going on. No, maybe not. Okay. Well, okay. Once again, it's something I'd have to do a little bit more research into, but the fact that it's a real thing, you know, uh, at least at one point, um, that's pretty cool. Um, Trying to see if there's anything real recent. The only things I'm seeing, I see a thing here on Twitter from 2022. I'd have to look at Allison and Jerry's Instagrams, which I'll take a look. Pretty sure I won't see anything real recent. Um, while we're at it, of them in the band or anything like that. Yeah, so with Allison, it's got three different bands that she has on there. Not Nice Enough People. Um, so she probably is not in the band anymore. So I would have to say that it seems like the band is not together anymore. But the fact that they were even together in a band after the show is pretty cool to say the least. Um, yeah. Anyways, let me get back to the comments here. Um, do I own any Drake and Josh episodes on the Game Boy Advance? I don't believe that there was ever episodes released for the Game Boy Advance.
But no, I don't. I know that there are video now type things. Stupid black and white players that advertised on Nick back in the day. Um, vaguely, vaguely. Um, so, um, looks bad on the episode that you shoot. It's not in good shape. Yeah, I like as discussed in the Pixel things. Yeah. Um, least favorite episode of Drake and Josh. It used to be Little Diva, but then it became Two Idiots and a Baby. Which I don't want to get into the reasons right now why. Uh, physical media is the way to go. Stream services, a lot of good shows. Yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. What video games do you remember playing? Well, all kinds. I mean, Mario Kart. Uh, Mario Party. Mario Super Sluggers. Modern Warfare, baseball games, basketball games. Um, like those pinball games, uh, all different kinds of video games. Not really much of a video game person anymore. But wrestling games, football games, all kinds of different stuff. So yeah. Yeah, those old promo videos are kind of funny looking back at them now. Yeah, cool stuff. I'll tell you what, I was really happy recently to get a Drake Bell Telegraph signed album that looked identical to the way that he signed his really big shrimp script that I have a picture of from 2006. So that to me was very cool. Um yeah. My favorite wrestler is it's actually a tie between Kerry Von Erich and Jeff Hardy. They're my favorite. They're tied for my favorite. I've met Jeff Hardy twice. I met him for the second time earlier this year. Um, really cool. Um, and that was nice to be with Jeff. And it was actually nice to be with Matt as well. There's kind of a backstory with Matt specifically. First celebrity I ever met, first real wrestler I ever met. Um, we were in a significant building, so it was cool to reminisce. Uh, you know, Matt was really cool to me that night. Um, yeah, and Jeff was cool too, but Matt's more of the talker of the two of them. But yeah, so, um, oh yeah, I've never met CM Punk, but obviously I'd love to meet him as well. Love to get his autograph at some point. Um, but yeah, think like man, some girl made me feel in love. Yeah, definitely. I thought you're no Battle of Panther is actually a fairly good one. Um, No, the Two Idiots and a Baby. I never had any issues with the Battle of Panther at all. I thought that is it like one of my top tier favorites? No. Is it like a good solid episode? Yeah. Yeah. Are you familiar with L? No, I'm not familiar with that, but I'll look it up while you because you mentioned that. Let's see here. Not seeing exactly what you're talking about. Um, if that's the channel name or whatever. So no, not really seeing the videos that you're talking about. Um, oh, on TikTok. Okay, TikTok. All right. Well, I'll still look there. Okay. All right, I'll take a look. Okay, now I see what you're talking about. No, I wasn't familiar with this before. But it looks like a bunch of clips from the show. I wonder if they're watching my clips at all. Um, let's see here. No, it's got the Nick logo on the bottom right corner, so probably not. Well, it looks like a cool page nonetheless. I know. I'm looking at the TikTok page right now. I'll show you. See, looking at the TikTok page. Okay, so yeah, but no, it looks pretty cool. Not something I'll really get into, but yeah. Um, I know that some people are dropping off on here because I'm probably not keeping up with the comments fast enough, but found it funny how Walter was singing Drake Bell's song "Vicious Tiberius." It meant that Walter was singing. Yeah, it is pretty funny. Yeah, it was nice that Drake got the album back. It's where they're at their best. Yes, I've said this many times before. That they are at their absolute peak in season 3. No questions. No questions at all. Yeah, I mean, I think my clips are pretty good quality, from the source that I got them from. I upscaled them as much as I could here, when I was uploading them, and, if I ever do get to re-upload them, I will make sure to keep the clips, upscaled. So, yeah. 100 bad pantsers when Drake and Josh dress up were being beaten up. It actually was pretty cool is that I actually got to talk with actually do a FaceTime call, which I have that whole thing recorded. That's one of the things that I still haven't put out yet. But I talked to Nug Nug, who played who was in iCarly as well. Um the little guy that Josh pushed down. We actually FaceTime for half an hour about a little over 2 years ago, and I got to ask him all kinds of questions. For the Battle of Panthatar episode specifically. Um, he was a very cool guy. His name is Martin Kleba. So it was nice to actually talk to him. What's funny is he originally called me. He must have *67 my phone number because he didn't want me to have his number originally, and we had agreed to a FaceTime. So I had asked him if we were talking like that or doing FaceTime, and then I guess he realized, oh shit, I got a FaceTime with this guy. So, but yeah, I texted him one other time um, after that, and he didn't respond back. So then I figured, okay, um, that's a sign for me to not approach him again, kind of thing. Although I was able to ask him one other question elsewhere that he answered, but then after that, I didn't keep in touch with him. So, yeah. I actually like animals a lot. I have a dog, Bichon Frise. Actually, I like animals. Yeah. I mean, I'm not really much of a cat person, but I do like dogs. So, yeah. Let me try to catch up here. Pilot of, I heard that there's a pilot episode about Drake's dad or something. Hmm. Yeah, Nathan did have a spot. In Drake and Josh. He was actually supposed to be the love interest of Megan's character. How ironic, right? Because of what happened with later on with iCarly. So yeah, um, that would have been interesting to see had that stayed, because his character, what was his character's name? Um, anyway, I can't remember. Anyways, that character was supposed to have a crush on Megan in the episode, which obviously when they worked on iCarly, and were main castmates, they, had that as well. So it was kind of. Meant to be kind of thing. Um, I just can't remember what Nathan's character was called on Drake and Josh that got cut. I think no, it wasn't Jeff. What was it? I'll look it up. Give me a second, guys. I'm looking up on my shitty phone here. There we go. Thank you. Toplin. That's it. Thank you. You beat me to the punch before I could get to it. But that's it. Toplin. Yeah, yeah, definitely. I'm gonna get going in a few minutes, guys. But since we actually surprisingly still had some engagement, you know, um, this late into the night, yeah, I said I had a Bichon Frise, so I have one dog. Used to have one dog when I was a kid, but unfortunately, dogs eventually die. So lost my dog when I was 16, and then I got one at 17, and I've had one since, and I'm 26 now. So yeah, which obviously I don't like the fact that he's older, but you know, unfortunately, there's this thing called life, and unfortunately, with dogs, they can't live forever. So you know, it sucks. I wish my other baby was still here, but you know, that's just not how dogs are designed, unfortunately. And sometimes people aren't either, which that part sucks too. Yeah, but anyways, um, I feel like I want to leave you guys off with like showing you something or whatever, but like the things that I got in the mail a day or so ago, I can't show those off really because I haven't gotten the green light to be able to show them publicly on YouTube. So I'm like, what else is there left for me to show, Um, because I got like two signed things for Ready Steady Go. I got another It's Only Time album signed. I mean, I got some pretty cool Drake stuff signed in the mail that came in the mail for free the other day. Um, so I don't know what else to really show. Just whatever. But yeah. Um, hmm, Interesting. If you guys have any final, questions or sayings, whatever, I appreciate those of you that are tuning in at, midnight to again or whatever, that's pretty cool. Uh, yeah. Let's see. There really is nothing. Nothing around me immediately. No, I don't have any of the books. I don't really, get the stuff that like is so common, I try to go after the harder stuff. Um, or the things that have more of my interest. Um, ah, well, I'm gonna have to show this off very quickly. I cannot show this off for very long at all because I still have not gotten the green light to be able to show this off. But I'll take my chance because I want to leave you guys with something cool to end this live stream. So I have to be very quick about this. But one of the things here that I got the other day, I'm not sure if this is a vinyl of Ready Steady Go or what exactly this is because it doesn't have a cover. Um, but I have to be very, very quick with showing you guys this. Um, but this is one of the things that I get free. One of the three legit Drake I got just like a day or two ago. So I'll let you guys take a look at this. This is a copy here of in gold and signed in gold here. Um, which I know is legit. I know that that's a legit copy, but yeah, this is obviously during his Ready Steady Go time. Um, so this is a cool thing to add to the collection. Um, so anyways, I'm going to put it back to that. Um, yeah. So, um, yeah. So I thought I'd just leave you guys off with that. a little exclusive that you guys, really will see. Maybe, not again. But anyways, if you have any final questions or whatever, ask them now. By the time the clock hits about like 37 or 38, I'm out of here. So yeah, hope you guys like that little ready steady go signed Drake thing. It's cool. The gold looks good on that. Is anybody in here? I mean, if nobody's gonna say anything or ask questions, whatever, I'll definitely be gone by 37 minutes in. So, yeah, I guess I'll start my spiel, uh, like I do when I end any live stream. Anyways, so go check out the two recent videos, for Childhood DVD Fan, with my updated Drake Bell autograph collection, um, and my thoughts on the you know, uh, show being on Pluto TV. So if you want two other videos to watch that are recently, go check those out. Anyways, guys, this has been Drake and Josh Superfan, and this has been Childhood DVD Fan. Thanks for another cool live stream. So long, everyone.